Thanks for watching Guns and Watches. This is my Seiko Japanese Garden SRPF 53, and I have been complimented by jewelers who saw me wearing this watch twice. In fact, one jeweler I gave it to do a little bit of work on the bracelet, and he said that is a very nice watch. And then I was at another jewelry store, a big fancy one, picking out a watch for my wife, and the sales lady saw this on my wrist and immediately complimented it. I can't get enough of this watch. I've had it 2.5 years, and it is just incredibly attractive. It is made in Japan. It's a 4R35B movement. It's just pretty plain Jane Seiko movement, but the actual artistry and the jewelry here is off the charts. You can't grasp how attractive this watch is through a video. I'm even going to pick up a magnifying glass here in a minute and try to show it to you. The pale blue pebbled dial face with the raised chrome Seiko letters, the chrome outline on the date window. The indices are pebbled on top and polished on the side. I mean, seriously, this watch looks like it's worth thousands of dollars, and it is quite attainable at $525 MSRP. You could find it cheaper than that. It's been out for a while, and maybe sometimes it goes on sale. I didn't pay list. I did find it on sale myself, but this is just a wonderful, wonderful piece of jewelry right here. It's a dress watch. It has no lume on it whatsoever. The royal blue second hand is an incredibly attractive contrast to the rest of the watch. It is not small. I have a 7.25-inch wrist, and this dial face case dimension is 41.5 millimeters across. It's a big watch, but I'm a reasonably large individual, and an anomaly on me is that my fist is proportionally big, so I have to get the watch over that fist. The butterfly opening does that very well. The butterfly hasp works on this superior to the more expensive watches I have by other makers. It mates perfectly after 2.5 years of wear. It still comes together exactly perfect, very smooth, and no label or logo messing it up. Incredibly tasteful. The bracelet lays like a chain. It's incredibly comfortable. The bracelet and the watch are polished all the way around, so it's very smooth. There's nothing to snag on your clothing whatsoever, and it's remarkably comfortable. And it is for people with 7-inch wrists and bigger. If you were smaller than that, you would not want to wear the piece. Here are a couple of shots of the watch on my wrist outside when my tulips were blooming this spring. As you can see, it is just simply an attractive piece. There's that bracelet again, very much enamored with the bracelet and the way the watch wears. It's incredibly comfortable and goes with just about anything. In fact, it's a little bit too dressy. Here's the last picture before I go and show my dorky specs, because we're going to talk about some performance specs now, because this is not all sunshine and rainbows. This watch did malfunction and had to go in and get repaired on warranty. The warranty is very difficult with Seiko. I'm sure with millions and millions of watches out there, they have to be very protective of their resources. I had to have the original receipt. Thank goodness I still had it. And the watch did take 2 trips to get sorted out, but it finally did. In the process, I learned that the specification for the 4R35 movement is enormous. You could drive a truck through it, but the watch was losing many seconds a day. It was just an inaccurate piece because it had sat unused on my desk for a while, or who knows. But when they finally did present it to me, I did some performance specs on it that I do with every watch now. When we look at these specifications of the Presage, the 4R35 movement that Seiko publishes, it's just an enormous range. So I want to develop a protocol for testing, because I am a gun guy buying watches, and gun guys have protocols. And I've also calibrated equipment for my entire career since I was in the Navy. I've worked in engineering trades and engineering disciplines, so I understand specifications versus real world application. I know a lot of these watches are tested on these bench devices and different protocols, but different positions, and it's using extrapolation based on the bit rate and the beat rate and all that. But knowing, working in the field and getting DOA parts and dealing with DOA parts all the time are things that were tested good on a bench. They put 120 volts in and they got 4 kV out, and they said, okay, that's good, and signed off on the part, and then you receive it in the field and it works for 10 minutes because they bench tested it. This is a real world test. It's kind of my own Billy Bob way of testing, but it's real world. And that is to put the watch on and let it warm up for 20 minutes for 10 days and see what you get, and just see how it's actually going to run. It's kind of a baseline being put in movement, in motion. And so putting this in motion, you can see that I had a pretty good run up until the end, but it had an 18-second span in 10 days if you wear the watch. If you don't wear the watch, it's a completely different story. It does not like magnetics. I put it on a winder. Even with the winder turned off, it lost 7 seconds in a day, which it barely ever did before. So you can see that with the winder turned on, that magnetism just wrecked this watch. But then if I just left it sitting on the desk, is better than putting it on the winder. So that was my answer. The watch actually has 40 hours of power reserve, so I tested that too, just because I could, and it came out at 47 hours. So overall, for $525, this watch is a steal. It is a beautiful piece of jewelry. It is incredibly well made. It is incredibly comfortable. It's quite durable. Seiko did honor their warranty and tune it up. And if you feel inclined to purchase a watch that you're never going to get tired of looking at, this is the way to go. Thank you for watching Guns and Watches. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please like and subscribe. Let me know you're out there, because at this point, I'm talking to myself, but I'm going to keep putting it out until I get some traction. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.